Hey, it's Dion Hibdon. I'm here at Baitworks. We're going to go through, going to pick out my 6 favorite baits for August. Let's go shopping. I'm kind of I like the rubber baits. And when I say that, a good long straight worm. The one I use is this, is the Strike King one. It's called a bull worm. I kind of like 2 sizes. I like the fat one for the bulk of the time. And when I say that, that's this one here that's a little bit chubbier. And then I like a regular skinny worm, which sometimes you have to go to a Zoom to get that. But this one right here, straight green pumpkin, anything with a little bit of red flake or something maybe. But the bull worm right there catches me a ton of fish. Most of the time, I put it on a big shaky head. And when I say a big shaky head, I'm talking a 3/8 is probably the biggest. And that's for if I'm fishing, that 15 to 18 foot brush. Very seldom do I go to 1/2 ounce because I feel like this bait is something that I want to kind of flow through the brush real easy. I use 2 different jig trailers. I use a Menace by Strike King, which has got a little tighter wiggle to it. I mean, it's, it really moves. It moves effortlessly, let's put it this way. Your jig doesn't have to move real fast to make those legs really wiggle. And I like that action. And then I like the Rage Crawl. The Rage Crawl has got a little wider, a little bigger, I feel like a little manlier wiggle to it. When they're really biting, or if they're biting pretty aggressively, I go with the Rage Crawl. When it's kind of off a little bit, I'll go with that other one. And why I do that is just because of the amount of action that it has. When I'm fishing this time of the year, I'm always going to have something shad oriented tied on, and I'm just going to basically look at what size the shad are. If the shad are 3 inches long, I'm going to use like this 3.3, and I'm going to have it basically rigged up on some sort of a little jig head, because that's for that big one that comes out chasing a shad out in the open, or chases it away from a dock, and you just happen to be there. And I've got that rod laid out, unhooked from the reel, to where I can just reach down, pick it up, and pitch it in there, on a fish that I see move. Come August, you're going to start seeing a lot of that. Just a random fish comes up to the surface and eats. It's not necessarily right at daylight and in the morning. Sometimes it's, up in the middle of the day. But having one of them rigged up, and laid out on the front deck is a big key. All right, here's the Strike King stuff. And with this, sexy shad's pretty hard to beat as far as colors goes. And I'm gonna let the size kind of get dictated by what size shad I'm around. I mean, that one right there is pretty hard to beat. I mean, that's a shad right there. You gotta have that tied on. And when I say that, I like it better in August, this style and that kind of crankbait. Because more so than a spinner bait or something like that, it's something that I can work around brush. If I see a log, a shallow log, I can throw that square lip in there, crank it down along the side of it, bump it, and maybe stop it, let it float just a little bit, and then take off real fast. You can actually, work it around the cover better than you can like a spinner bait. A spinner bait, you can work around it and you can get it all around, all over wood, but still you have to keep it coming to actually, get it to do its deal, to perform, to make the blades do. Another thing that, like that fish that I was explaining earlier that I catch on that swim bait, sometimes just regular old sexy dog, good topwater, good spook type bait. The neat thing about Strike King is they vary their sizes good. There's lots of the right size. I can get really close to matching the hatch on these baits because they make them up to great, as big as your tennis shoe, all the way down to ones that are inches long. That's how I fish in August. I keep it simple. The great thing about it is you can come to Baitworks, you can go online, come to Baitworks, or you can come to this store. It's a phenomenal store, got everything you need.